What's up? So, yeah, yesterday was interesting. I didn't, actually, did I do any jobs? I think I did. No, I met somebody for a job. I had to go out and drive the truck in the morning because of the holidays. And then this is interesting. This happens to me every once in a while because I have so many ads on this like Craigslist like site, like it's a local site. It's kind of like Utah, Idaho area. But basically it's like a news um company, but I'm sure at some point they probably did newspapers, I don't know, but they have classifieds, right? So that's what I mainly use for my sales, as my ads. And basically, it works all right. I need to start doing marketplace. I really need to get like my wife to start helping me with the social media market and do Facebook marketplace, and I'd probably get more sales that way, really, because it's like, I don't know. Anyways, but every once in a while, people they'll say things. Now, I don't totally fault this one because I did sell the dryer, but basically she texted me about a dryer, and she's like, well, let me get back to you. We started talking about it. What are these little things? And she's like, well, let me get back to you. It was for her mom, and she's like, well, let me get back to you. I'll ask my mom what she wants to do. And didn't hear from her for 2 days. And then 2 days later, she sends me a message about another one of my ads, but she doesn't make the connection that it's the same person selling a different dryer. You know what I mean? So she's just like, hey, is this available? But then she's like, actually, is this one available? I think she might have figured it out then. And she asked me about another one of my dryers. And the way that this app works is it has the message set up for the ad, not for the person. And so I now have 3 conversations with her in the app. Right? So, I just messaged her back because I was trying to just go fix hers because I think I know what's wrong with it. It's an easy fix. It's going to be way easier for me to just drive over there and fix it rather than drive over there and swap out 2 dryers or sell them the dryer and have them swap out the dryers and then just throw one away. We don't need to throw that dryer away. I'm pretty sure it's still good. It's an easy fix. It's something that I've done a lot. I think I did 3 of them last week. It needs a thermal fuse, I'm pretty sure. So I'm like, well, can I just fix it? I really can just go in there and fix it. It'll take me like half an hour. You know what I mean? It'll save you money. So the other thing, too, is I'm like, you're going to pay me more money to swap these out because it's more work and I don't want to do it. I will charge you less to just fix the one that's there where it sits, and we don't have to be banging walls and all this. And they're basically identical dryers because she sent me the picture of the one that she has, and she's trying to just get the exact same one, probably because it matches. So anyways, they happened to be in the area, so they met me in a parking lot and looked at the dryer I had, and then I talked to her some more and talked her into it, and I sent her the YouTube link. Finally, she was like, all right, you can come over and fix it. I'm like, look, I get it, It's like, it's just interesting sometimes. And I'm sitting here thinking about this thing, too, and if it is the thermal fuse, and they swap, and this has happened to me before, if it's the thermal fuse and they swap the dryers out, there's a good chance that this, there's at least 40% chance that this thermal fuse will blow too in the new one because the vent's clogged. These clogged vents they're just like a huge problem in this dryer game. You know what I mean? And it's hard to explain to people what is happening. And I'm trying to do it, but okay, what the crap is going on here? Am I supposed to go in there or over here first? Kairos job. Oh yeah, we're robbing shit. That's what we're doing. Robbing. I should probably go start at this map and get all of these caches and stuff. At least they're showing you where they are now. You know what I mean? You got all these and this audio thing, and look at the map though. I haven't even gone to like these other areas. I've only done like this little area here. Rift Champion dynamic event. Anyways, it's just funny, like I am just not that good at selling people, you know, at selling them things. I'm just like, well, why can't you just, you know, like, let's just do this or whatever. Yeah. So if I'm a manager on another person's YouTube account, I can't watch their member videos. How does that make any sense? Like, you should, I wonder if he can give me membership status without me paying. Probably not, but I don't know. Anyways, so that's the deal with that. So that's Monday's job, it looks like. I mean, as long as they don't change their mind. But they were like, well, can I pay you now? And I was like, no, let's wait. Let's wait till I actually do something, because we don't know if that's what's wrong with it, you know. And yeah. And I'm like, let's just wait. I'm like, if you guys find a better deal or something like that, or you change your mind, then, you know, I don't get paid until I do the work. That's how this works, right? Like, there's lots of people who are always trying to pay me early. Most of them are scammers. I don't know what the deal is with that. I think I don't know if they're trying to pull the scam where they overpay me and then they harass me until I overpay them back, but like I get these. They're getting better at their English too. But lately I've been getting scammers again texting me. And I can tell they're scammers because they always do this one specific thing. And I don't know why they do this, but they'll always be like, I'm out of town and my brother or my son is going to come pick it up. That's what they say. And they're like, they just want your Venmo information so they can Venmo you right now. And then I don't know if at that point they hack into your Venmo or what. I don't know how that works, or if they get you to send them your information, like your password and stuff or something. Like, I don't know. I sit there and mess with them for as long as I can, because I'm working off of an internet number when I'm texting these people. I don't text them with my actual cell phone. Like, once I get to know somebody and I know they're cool or whatever, they're not a scammer or whatever, then sometimes I give them my regular personal cell phone number, but most of the time I just work off of this like sort of internet text number. I pay for the service, and so I can call. I can call them. It doesn't always work that well. It's not very good. Like, I need to come up with a better solution, but most people, if they text me, it's totally good. If people would just always text, it would be totally fine. And then I can sit there and mess with these scammers. And it used to happen a lot more, but this app changed how they do things to get rid of the scammer. So, am I supposed to jump over there? Is that the idea here? I think so. Probably get these cratch, though. So they're out of the way and not messing with me while I'm down there shooting whoever's. Yeah, anyway, so. But yeah, lately I've gotten a couple of them. And like, you can just tell, like, they're, you know, back in the day they were really bad at English. And like, I don't know if somebody's coaching them, but you know, they will sit, like, they'll mix up words. So I don't know exactly how to explain it, and I've thought about doing videos on it, because I do still have like all the old conversations of just like, you know, because there's like scam baiters who do videos like this, but I don't think that like a video of a text message fight is going to be very good. You know, we're not talking. And so people can't just listen to it. They have to actually read it, and we all know how that goes. And that's not really what my thing anyways. I'm not just trying to, I try to mess with them, so if they're texting me, then they're not texting somebody else and potentially getting, stealing somebody else's money or whatever. But, it is what it is.
Now you're in trouble.
People got to pay attention to what's going on. So, yeah. So, but, that's that. And they basically, I'll get to the point to where I just, like, have to pretend that I can't log into my Venmo or something. And I'm like, well, or, like, I just stop talking to them altogether because I can just tell that they're just full of crap. They always ask for the address, and I just give them the address to, like, a Walgreens that's near my house. It is what it is. I mean, I'm sure at some point with the amount of content I'm putting on the internet, it's going to be easy to figure out where I live. Somebody might do it at some point. That's just, like, the risk that I'm going to have to take, But, if something bad happens, you know what they say, right? Like, stay strapped. In most of my videos, there's a sign and like a sig sign in the background, which they make firearms. Like we got guns, it is what it is. I guess I should buy more guns while I'm at it. Might as well. But we do have a lot of, I take precautions. So like that's why I meet people in parking lots, because I don't want like some crazy person to go off the handle. Everybody who's had like a broken dryer, like 'cause sometimes they break on the way to their house, or I've made mistakes over the years, but every time that's happened to my knowledge, I've gone and taken care of it as best as I could. There was like one time where I sold to this lady, and like a month later the thing broke. And, I always tell them 24-hour warranty. So it's a month later, and I'm like, well, look, I know it's a month later, but how about we do this? I said, I got this other dryer. I'll bring it to you on Friday, because I was busy, And she's like, okay. Well, Friday came around, and I'm like, okay, here, I'll bring you this dryer. I'll swap you out. And she's like, I hired somebody else to fix it. And I was like, okay, well, you didn't give me a chance to fix it, like. I'm over here working multiple jobs and stuff. I can't just drop everything I'm doing to come help you all the time. It just happened to be that I had to wait a day or two, but she didn't want to wait. So, and like I know like maybe I should have dropped everything and just ran it over there and found the time, right? But I didn't. So that's how I'm trying to do the business now, though, is I'm trying to always find the time. So get on the warehouse roof. Cruising.
That was incredible and oddly beautiful.
I guess I'm supposed to kill these guys.
What? I mean, it was impressive is all. Shut up, focus.
Anyway, so it's like, that's the deal, right? It's like you can't make everybody happy. I mean, on this time around, I'm trying to just make everybody happy, It would be nice to have a store. I think that would change a lot and make this a lot easier, but I need to get my stuff in order, If I was doing sales, I'm trying to not do sales too, though, so I don't know what the point of having a store would be. But I do know that it's probably just going to have to happen because I make a lot of my money from sales. And that's where I'm getting all my ads from, because you got to think like there's like all these other appliance repair companies and they have their customers, you know what I mean? Like their customers are, so like when their customer stuff breaks, they just call them. Why would they call me? Even if I had an ad, why would they even look up an ad? Unless they were unhappy with their guy. So how do I become the guy for these people? Well, if I do what I'm doing now, these people that I'm getting at right now don't have a guy. So they're trying to buy used, and so I'm trying to become their guy, basically what it is. So I'm gonna have to keep doing it this way probably for a long time, because then what happens is I solve these people's problems.
All right, looks like we're making good time. Now, just plant those electro charges, yeah?
And then they don't have a problem anymore, so I don't get paid anymore, right? Which is the point. You guys see that? That thing was already open. And it said open, and then it opened again. Look at this. We're glitching. We're glitching! Anyways, so that's what it is. It's like I have to, I have to go through and...
Stand back. It's about to get zappy.
Guess I better move fast if I don't want to get fried.
So, so I've got these people talked into it. So now I just, the amount of time that I've spent talking to them, like basically on Thursday, I think was when that she first messaged me. I could have gone over there on Friday and done it. That was the plan. I could have been over there Friday, had it done. Instead, she wanted to wait. Yesterday she was looking at one, and that's why she happened to be near me. And so, but they didn't end up liking that one for whatever reason. I think they probably just wanted to spend as little as possible. The problem with that is that the one that they're going to get is full of lint, may have other problems. Like there's a lot of times where I pull these dryers out of these houses and they have stripped the terminal block screw. So basically I pulled one the other day and the main ground wire for the whole dryer, this is dangerous. I don't know why these people do this, but it's dangerous. The main ground wire for the dryer is stripped. And so the thing is attached and it is making connection, but it's loose. Like the middle ground wire is loose, and so the screw is through the terminal. It's through the ring terminal or whatever it is, on the end of the dryer cord, but it's loose. So as that dryer turns, that ground sits there and moves. And sometimes this didn't happen because it was the ground, but if you do this on the main hot wire, it'll sit there and have a bad connection, and it'll overamp the wire. And then the wire in the dryer will get hot and melt, and sometimes it'll fall off. Since it was the ground wire, what makes this dangerous is some of the time that dryer wasn't grounded very well. Well, guess what that means? Your kid or whatever comes and touches the case of the thing, and they get a little zapped. You know what I mean? And like this is what people are buying when they don't go through somebody like me who is checking all this stuff. And it took me years to learn to check for this because it doesn't always happen. These are occasional things that are huge problems. So they aren't always there, but not to mention it just being full of lint, Just full of lint can sometimes be a fire hazard. Other times it's just, makes the thing not run very well. So she's going to look at that thing. She didn't like it for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't think that she liked the scratches on the top of this thing either. So I'm probably going to paint it again. I did paint it. It had like a rust area. And whenever it has like a huge rust area, I think I'm just going to, going forward, I'm going to sand it and paint it. This was like kind of the first one that I've done in a while, and I didn't do a very good job. So maybe I'll sand it and paint it again. Another one I did recently, I sanded it a lot better. I need to get like my actual sander out and paint it. Anyways, what am I supposed to be doing now? I blew this thing up. What was the point of that? Yeah, so I could have been over there on Friday and just got it done, but now we're well into the next week, and they're driving around. Okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. There's this thing here. Point of interest. The debilatory. It's 18 meters. Says it. No, it says it's that way. 9 meters. don't know if it's here or down. You know, you never really know like what level it is. Yeah, so and then I got another job today at 10:30. Just a simple delivery. You know, there's some people that I end up talking to for hours and, you know, they just back and forth and we could do this, we could do that, whatever. And then there's other people that are just like, is your dryer available? And I'm like, which one? You know, oh, I got to put 3 more charges. I'm like, which one? And I'm like, is it this one? And he's like, yeah, that one. And he's like, how much to deliver here or whatever. And I'm like, tell him. And then he's like, all right. He's like, what time? And I'm like, well, how about 10? And he's like, how about 10:30? And I'm like, done. You know what I mean? And that's it. Like, he's like, I'll Venmo you when you get there because it's a tenant, you know? Done. We sent like 6 texts back and forth, and it's over. That's all it takes. That's it. And then other people, I'm talking to for a half an hour. You know, I'm like, why do we just don't need to talk this much? Just let me handle it, right? Like, what do you need? You know, you need a new dryer? And like I told her, I'm like, look, it's really easy. I'll bring the dryer you want to buy, and I'll put it on my trailer and drag it all the way over there. And if I can't fix your dryer, I'll sell you this one. So you're either yours is fixed and you're happy, or you got this one and you're probably less happy because it's more money, but you're still happy, right? So we'll just do the cheapest option, you know? And she's like, well, will you charge me for the repair? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to charge you for the repair if I didn't repair it, you know? Like, no, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm like, I'm only going to charge you for the sell or the repair, not both. Okay, I got one more charge. Is it over here somewhere? Yeah, it's just interesting, you know. And I wonder if any of my customers ever find this channel. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to sit here and watch this and listen to it, but hear me complaining about customers or whatever. But I mean, that's just the way it is. Okay, they're all aimed. Oh, that's right there. I see it. It's just the way it is, you know. I have some customers that I barely talk to and I get the job done, and then I have other customers that I talk to a lot, and you know, I'm all right with it if it's gonna make them happy, and in the end we get what we need to get done. I'm cool with talking and doing all this stuff, right? Look, these are open. I didn't open these. But what I have a problem with is sometimes people will talk to me for a long time and then I never hear from them again. They never pay me. You know, it's like, it's just a complete waste of time. And like, I can always tell these customers because they do weird stuff. Like the last one I was talking about, she texts me back every day. So we text once a day. She sends me a text and asks a question. I answer it immediately, and then the next day she sends me another text. And like sometimes I wonder if this is a problem of like the app. Is the app screwed up? And like, you know.
As soon as the zappers are wrapped up, I've got the door. We're clear, Shem. I'll meet you at the door.
Find door controls. You know what I mean? Is it the app is messed up and not sending the message? Are these people like thinking the same thing that I am? They're like, why does this guy only text me back once a day? Because it doesn't send my message back for a whole day? I don't know. Maybe that's the issue. And there's, you know, and I wish people would just text me instead of using the app. But the app recommends everybody uses the app.
Kilo, wanna get the door?
So yeah.
Right. It's showtime, newbie. The order security protocol that's keeping us from joining you is the same one we practiced cracking with their supply pods. If you can still follow instructions, I'll take care of the rest.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can handle pushing some buttons.
We'll see how you do under pressure. Start when you're ready.
Okay, smack.
Pull the lever. Flip that switch.
Okay,
Pull the class? There's no points
I
for
pushed it
creativity.
twice.
Let's go again.
Okay.
Pull the lever. Flip that switch. Pull the lever. Shoot the panel. Melee the button. Shoot the panel. Smack the button. Pull the lever. Melee the button. Flip that switch.
Oops. I shot the
Pull
button.
the lever.
I guess it
Shoot
didn't
the
matter.
panel. Flip that switch.
Uh-oh, this one.
And we are in like mom jeans. Guess what? They're comfy. Comfort's never out of style. All right, now let's regroup and go over next steps. This is where things get interesting. See the...
Security intrusion. Regional alarm. Error. Deploying reserve security.
Ah, damn. Synth detected us. Thought we had more time. Vax, you're up. Show us what you got, violence-wise.
While you do what, exactly?
Keep him off us while we set up, yeah?
Yeah, it's just interesting dealing with all these people all the time. But you know, I think I'm making some money. You know, that's the biggest thing is like I need to make money. So I think like this week or next week I'm gonna do some things that I gotta do to push the business forward. I gotta pay like my sales tax this week too, and you know, just I need to get a storage facility. I got to get that figured out, whether it's maybe I do need a storage unit. I need to look in prices for that, or a shed. If I could find a used shed, that would be the best. I don't know how I would move it because it's got to be pretty big, and I don't have
All
like
clear.
a trailer to move
Jim, how we looking?
Okay, not too shabby. Step into my office. Let's chat.
I could go borrow a trailer, but I don't know.
Did you make that diorama on the way here?
Look, I was an art major. Why do you think I had to turn to a life of crime? All right, now, look, pay attention. We're here. Kilo's planning breaching charges, well, pretty much all around us to blow a hole to drop in. She says it's perfectly safe, right?
It is, if you're wearing blast-proof underwear like I am.
You see, perfectly safe. We get in, get the loot, get out. So, Kilo, you wouldn't mind?
Actually, I was thinking the new kid might want to take a shot at it.
Vex, you got a spare bullet to kick things off?
Hell yeah!
Fire in the hole, I guess.
Yeah, you sure know how to make an entrance, huh? Well, please, after you.
How come you always sound right here? Beautiful. And I'm in.
Lasers, huh? Classic. Vex,
Limber up and help Glitch deal with this.
Ha! These Nimrods are using diffracted frame base on their rootware? Kid stuff. All we gotta do is invert the gates and...
What the hell are you talking about?
You flippy switchies. Me make light go night. That good enough? The training wheels are off. You trip the alarm, you're dealing with security.
I might need to change my my big gun soon. I don't know if it's really working that well. But yeah, and I have no videos coming out again, so I've got to get those. Got to get a bunch of videos edited today. I'm almost caught up on my videos too, which is I think when I get fully caught up, I'm gonna have to go to like 3 videos a week or whatever. So am I going outside now? Guess now I can go in and out here. So I don't know if I get caught up on my videos. I don't know what I'm gonna do for content because I think I have to try to put a video out every day
See that chest?
to keep the
Looks like
growth.
there's a little bonus waiting for you if you can shut the grid down without setting things off.
If I can shut the grid down. So there's lasers everywhere. Don't trigger the lasers, and I get a bonus. Yeah. What time is it anyways? 5:20. I don't know. Might have to do this mission later. Go to editing. Is there something up there? It looks like. Okay, no, that's the. That's the chest with the stuff in it or whatever. I can't like save and reload either, so if I like mess up. That's one thing that I wish that you could do on these games still. This autosave stuff just doesn't let you do it. I don't know if I can turn it off. Okay, how do I might have to jump through like this side. Yeah, I guess so. I can jump, that's how I can do these. So I'm guessing there's something over there that I gotta get to it. Okay. This one I gotta do it like right here. Oh, man.
Death to a life imitated.
So like if I quit right now, do you think it saved it? It probably saved it. Probably needed to turn it off or something. It's probably saving it right now. Oh well. It's gonna be too hard probably to see what happens if we go back in it. Cause I don't know, I mean I might be able to restart it with like the Moxie's restart button or whatever. I probably won't though, it's just gonna be too much. I don't know what's in those chests anyways, if it's even worth it or what. Or how I'm supposed to do it, but okay, I'm back in here. Kill order security guard. So yeah, I no longer have the set it off thing, so it saved it. So I don't know. All right, well I'm gonna quit and go edit videos, I guess. But